being sent all of these clips, then, you know, may as well give people what they want. That people are asking for me to look at these replays. Okay, hello, Jenkins. This is a level 29 witch doctor. I'm not going to read the rest of the email. Oh my god.
Oh.
So this looks pretty nasty.
We'll hear Jenkins.
So this says, hello, and
Are you even going to stream playing pubs? No, I will not be streaming pubs. My plan is generally not to stream them again. That may change, but 100% will not be streaming pubs regularly. Hello from Iran. Sup, dude? There's a plan for the stream. It's in the title. Gonna be coaching Jenkins. We're gonna go back to Deadlock? Nah, definitely Dota. I just don't want to stream pubs. It's just not really fun, honestly. There's so many things I'd rather be doing with my job time. So for me, I think it's really important that I have fun playing Dota, and that allows me to make much better content in general. So I've just found that streaming pubs is really not fun. That's like the short answer. It has no impact on me like quitting Dota. Like I'm still playing pubs, just not on stream. Last time when I saw you stream a pub, you said people always tell you what you did wrong rather than noticing this guy. Yeah, I mean the thing is like my response will change every day because I like the TLDR. The best I can give is that whenever my games are shit, it's like heavily amplified by streaming, like the chat environment, the way people respond. No matter what you do, there's going to be people that are upset with you, and it's just like I have to ask myself, okay, obviously there's price to pay. I could just stream, and like, you know, those are frustrations that are like I can learn to deal with them. And I have tried a lot to deal with them, and my realization was I just don't want to deal with them. I'd much rather deal with more meaningful frustrations. So that's TLDR. So you'll be streaming other content. Yes. So like today, I'm coaching Jenkins on stream. This is something that would not happen when I was streaming pubs. An example of stuff I'm kind of trying to give myself more time to do. The oyster's kind of like the world is my oyster in this regard. The Dota world. That's up to Jenkins if he wants to do that kind of content on a hard time, or we could maybe do it. You realize that this experience is a bit similar when a coach tells what to improve? I hope I don't give people the same experience that I get from Twitch chat. If I do, then I'm definitely not doing a great job coaching. I can see the similarity that you're going for, but in my eyes, it's not the same. what would be my third item on Jug in general? Butterfly or Blink, usually. Like Battle Fury Manta, and then you either go like Butterfly or Blink. Sometimes you go like Lincolns or Scotty, but that's only if you want to like hit buildings, I guess. But even then, Butterfly is usually better, so it's usually Butterfly or Blink. Sometimes Ags, I guess, but usually Ags without Butterfly or Blink is kind of bad. Could we possibly get a Grubby coaching session? I coached Grubby way back when. Yeah, I don't think Ag's third item is very good on Jug in most cases. Blink and Butterfly feel the best in most cases. The thing about Jug is you're like a hyper late game carry. You're not really like a mid game carry, so usually you want that third item to like further accelerate your farm, but also like you're able to participate in either killing buildings with Butterfly or killing heroes with Blink. What's up, dude?
Yo, dude. Let me change my stream title so people know what's freaking going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when we're like exchanging content like this, for both of us, we can just say that the other person's stream is like fair game for when we're making the video. Is that cool with you?
No, that actually makes me quite uncomfortable.
Okay, that's very good to meme about this on fucking stream. Very good. Wouldn't expect anything different. Real quick, am I coaching you on a support today, or am I coaching you on offlane?
On support, because that's my role now.
Gotcha.
Did you see my screen?
Yeah, let me.
Oh, maybe you want a screen share.
Let me see what your screen. Yeah, so for the replay, I would definitely have me share my screen and ask you questions about what I see.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you
I think that's
share.
generally easier, but if you'd like to use your screen in some way to describe to me what you want, like what you've been doing or whatever, I'm happy to do with that.
No. I can do that with my mouth.
Okay, that sounds very good. There's a lot of things you can do with your mouth for sure.
Oh, I set you up for. There are so many angles you could take that.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man. I mean, I know we like know each other and stuff, but I think it's important for people watching to have some semblance of like an introduction here. So for me, I think what's really interesting about this session is that I think everyone would agree that you and I are like polar opposite type of Dota players. And like I think we also enjoy very different aspects of Dota. It's not that we disagree per se, but our approach to Dota is very different. So I wanted to lead off actually asking you the question, like, what makes Dota fun for you? Like, what do you enjoy about Dota?
Wait, first, click to my stream or my stream on Discord.
Yeah, I'm watching.
I have to show you this.
Yeah. Let me let me see if I can. Is this not showing? Give me a second here. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, look at look at these win rates, dude.
16% on Monkey King, 12% on Pudge. Your Spear Breaker zoning, your Slark is yikers.
I don't know, dude. I don't know what's going on. I swear to God, if you asked me without seeing these, I'd be like, yeah, I have a pretty decent win rate on Slark. It's not bad.
What about
like, literally 0? It doesn't go.
What about in like 3 months? Like, were you winning at some point with them? Or? Oh yeah, it's even better there. It's better there. Yeah.
That's really not good. Oh my God.
It's better than the 0% though.
Yeah, dude. Your brain really hides this like sad information from you, doesn't it? It's just
Yeah,
so you
definitely.
don't get hurt.
Yeah, sometimes we just have to take a look deep inside at our Dota stats, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for sharing that with
All right.
us. We're all very
Yeah.
appreciative of that.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's quite shameful. Do you want to share your screen with me?
Yeah, I'll share my screen. So I pulled up your match. It says match data not found. Maybe I copied it wrong. Oh wait, I can't watch. Okay. I know what's happening.
Oh yeah, I need to send you the replay.
You need to send me the replay. Yeah.
God, fucking Valve.
And I need to literally watch Airfon's tutorial on how to do this. I'm gonna like mute my stream for a second, and actually, people can just listen. I guess I need to.
Wait, what do you normally do when you're coaching?
I mean, people don't have 8,500 MMR, so this isn't a problem usually.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's not all replays. Okay.
Yeah. So I just need to. There's like a way that I can watch your replay. I do need you to send me the file though.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. Let me.
The replay that
try
you
to find
download
it.
goes to this source for them at the start. Then they download the source, they copy paste the source
I don't actually have the file. I'm
this
just gonna send you a
in this
virus instead.
destination
That'd be great.
on their PC.
Okay.
Then
Where are you sending it to me? Are you sending it to me on Discord or what's going on?
Yeah,
the virus.
I think I could. Yeah, the virus is it's on Discord.
Okay. That's how I got hacked last time, so that would make sense.
Wait, which one? One,
shut
2, or
up.
3?
Okay. Let me and then I need to watch the rest of this Airfon guide on how to do this.
they try to copy the name, and there is a console command: play demo.
PSJ isn't going to understand all the factors
slash,
affecting Jenkins' play, since Jenkins drinks hot piss while he plays, which dehydrates him and affects his decision making.
That's true. That does happen. And it's hard for me to factor that in. Okay, we got it. Okay. So talk to me. I know your brain's been shielding out this information, but why do you think you have a 0% win rate on Slark in the last 4 games?
1 sec. Let me. Guy just gifted me 50 subs.
I think we did agree to split any gifted subs during the session. I think that's what happened.
We did, yeah. I think I remember signing that contract.
Yeah,
when I was really intoxicated. You got me drunk, and then you made me sign a contract.
Yeah.
Quite abusive, I'll say. Let me think. Why do I have a low win rate on Slark? Jeez. I think I really fuck up the early game. I put myself like really far behind. In some of the games that I do end up winning, I don't know. I think sometimes I don't know when to show up to fights versus when to make space. And sometimes in the games where I randomly happen to make space at like correct times and choose to do that, which I believe is almost entirely at random, those are the games that I tend to win if my team can like take advantage of it. Maybe there's like some mechanics issues there too. Like I know mechanics is when I would do coaching, like I would almost blatantly ignore mechanics, but I do get myself killed in fights like quite a lot.
Yeah, I mean Slark definitely has like, I mean even as a support it's the same as when he's a carry, that if you press like one button incorrectly, it can be the difference between literally being unkillable and dying instantly. So
yeah, some games I feel unkillable, and those are the ones that's like why I play it. Like those get me addicted.
Yeah, I see. So that's the high you write off of as being the super obnoxious guy that nobody can kill.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah,
like 5 people chasing me.
It's really good.
This game actually started off pretty good. Like I'm happy with I mean, other than this.
Oh, you got 1 agility. I mean, at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about your Weaver diving like that, and I think your decision to like take the kill and get the agility was worth it. So. Okay, I mean, everything you've done so far seems pretty oh, that sucks. Okay. I mean, that's just a Pudge moment. You know, I'm surprised you of all people would not predict that with your 2,000 games of Pudge.
Yeah. Thought I would dodge it. Should have just played to the right. It's like no reason to play there, especially because of a Weaver as a off lane. He's never gonna die.
Yeah, so I think in these spots, like a really important part of you being Slark is that you just draw aggro for your ranged guy. I think this is like a really important part of it. Where you just help the lane pull back, and then Weaver can effectively CS back here, so you kind of like drop the creeps off and then play over here. It kind of like frees you up to do other things. So like Weaver takes this and you play over here, but now you're kind of like both playing over here, which as like all these melee guys, you don't want to be like next to your 3 very often. So now the lane ends up being kind of like right here instead of back here. And yeah, Weaver comes and fights with you. For me, this is a lane that I would have never tried to contest them because we have fed 3 kills so far. And I saw an opportunity to drag aggro. So like, I know in a lot of lanes you want to contest Lotus, but like in this case, I just saw, for me, I have the small camp blocked, which is fantastic. That like makes it even more high value for me to get the lane right here and have it sit there. Especially against Pudge Hook under tower and Razor, who really capitalizes on chase distance.
It runs you down in the lane, yeah.
Yeah, so in this moment, I'd be thinking, I just want to get the lane right here. We don't really have to... Like, we might end up fighting them, but that's secondary to getting the lane just back and avoiding them because we're level 2 and they're going to be... Like, this guy's already level 3 and he's... I mean, I'm assuming his net worth is, like, way higher than Weaver's. He's got only 150, actually. Not as bad as... Oh, Pudge is ahead of you by 400. That's why. Interesting. Okay. I was just wondering, there has to be more than 100 net worth difference in this lane. Like, you guys died twice.
We died twice, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess my thought is it kind of just default for you to go for this wisdom fight? Or, like, what's going through your brain, like, leading up to this?
Yeah, it's definitely not, I mean, I'm ashamed to admit, but there's some... I was streaming and I was definitely fucking tilted when the Weaver dove the tower. I was like, what the fuck, dude? So it's like I'm almost trying to make up for it by like getting more out of the lane, you know? I mean, the thing you're saying about creep aggro does make sense actually. I think I virtually never do that as a position 4. But whenever I'm like playing Slark or a Spirit Breaker or any of these like annoying 4s, I do put value on like getting Lotuses off of the map, taking Watchers, like these little like mini objectives. I think the mini objectives are like very important for these heroes, which is what I saw watching 9 class. So it's, in my eyes, like creep aggro pulling and like getting the lane back should probably just be another one of those like mini objectives.
Yeah, absolutely.
That I'm viewing, you know?
Yeah, because I think your main role in the lane is to be able to manipulate it, to be able to, like, walk over here and block the camp like you did against Pudge and not be afraid of, like, feeding, you know, to, like, walk in front of your Weaver and not feed, basically. Like, most 4s,
hit.
Yeah, basically take damage, offer, like, body zoning. You know, you can manipulate the lane equilibrium in a lot of different ways. Creep aggro, I'm sure you drag sometimes.
Yeah, all the time.
So you're definitely meant to not play the lane heads up with these type of heroes. I'm sure you know that. And probably the creep aggro into like play the lane right here was not in your like repertoire of things you could do, I'd say. So I think adding that one.
Yeah, so I went for the one that I knew, which is like go run to the side and pick the Lotus, which is what I do on these 4s because I realized that you're not like a Dark Willow or something that is trading HP. Like you're not hitting them, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like there are these other tools, and I'm sure. Yeah, it's like I should be like Slark saying the lane more. You know?
Yeah, that is a bit more Soxa to play these like play for like 33 just gets the lane here every game. I feel like when I lane against
Yeah.
him. What team is Soxa even on nowadays?
Yandex.
Okay, so it's not this. Yeah.
But he does the same shit.
Yeah, of course, he's the same player. Yeah, I mean, in this case, it's just like these are direct confrontations, and like this move is more evasive, and I would just come down to like, are we kiting them in the lane, or are we facing like ramming into them face head on? And I think like if you guys had the early lead and you had a more durable offlane hero rather than like a Weaver, you're more likely to play for the Lotus. So I think just distinguishing between that would be really good for you. You're considering you're gonna TP top. You have like a Lycan 5.
This was so stupid, dude. I sat here and I'm like, there's no opportunity. I don't even have a blood grenade.
Yeah, I mean, my question, other than tilt, you know, I mean, tilt might be the only explanation, but you know, what about a Lycan Spectre lane screams to you, I should go here?
The lion. I'm just like, who the fuck can I kill? I
I
was kind
see.
of hoping Marcy would. I was hoping like Marcy would jump, and then that like they would overextend. But a lot of the time, my default is like if a lane is not going well, I will just like try to create pressure somewhere else, so someone will TP, and then uh my guy can you know free farm against like a solo razor. Like that's how I view it. I mean, this works when I'm Spirit Breaker, but obviously that hero can like get across the map globally, so it's less of a there's less of like a consequence.
I see.
Sometimes I'll do this like prepping to get the 6-minute rune as well. Like this one was a little bit early for that, but sometimes I'll try to put like do those two timings.
Yeah, it's interesting that you think like, okay, so there's a lot of, it's so interesting actually. So everything you're saying is not wrong, but I feel like in all of these options, you're just missing the lane equilibrium manipulation bottom out of all of the options for you to do in these type of cases. Like if I'm
Yeah.
losing a lane like this as like an annoying melee guy, the one thought I want to have is how do I get the lane back here, or like how do I get it here? Is that possible? Like in some matchups, it's just not possible. Like you're against some like fucking Bane or Disruptor or some shit, and like you just can't do it after having lost the early game. But in my opinion, I would have TP'd right back bottom, and I would have cut the next wave and dragged it this way.
Cut the wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just say I want it to not be here for my Weaver because I think you're trying to punish them in a way that first off doesn't fit your lineup, and I think you still have options down here. In terms of not like I don't think you should have laned from them heads up since the first play. Like ever since that happened, I would have been playing as evasive, defensive aggro, get the lane in front of my tower, block small. Like that would have just been my entire approach. From then on out. I would have accepted I'm going to be like level 2 or 3 at minute 7 because I would have got the lane right here. I would recognize I'm fucking useless, and then I would like
and then
walk
fuck
and
off.
yeah, I'd
Go
like
do
take
stuff.
bounty. Yeah, you said
Take water.
watchers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
Yeah. No, I have no problem being under leveled on these like weird forests. I think it's normal. But it's like it's just this in this game. It's like the stuff that I was doing in between the under leveled was like not having any value compared to normal.
Yeah.
Compared to some of the games where I'm like Monkey King or Spirit Breaker. I mean, like this always fucking happens to me on Slark for some reason. It's always this sort of. I mean, it happens to me sometimes when I'm like Monkey King, where like I feel like I can't really, I go somewhere and it's like a bad gank, or like I leave the lane and the guy that I left is like getting fucked. Then there are other games where it's like I give a Timber level 3 and then I leave the lane and the guy's fine, and then I go somewhere and I actually get a kill and it's like the game is just over. So I would ideally like those games to be more like higher percentage.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, sadly, the part of being support is that you don't get to, like, you pick your hero before your teammates pick most of the time. And then, you sometimes end up with a Lycan Spectre safe lane. And you just, like, I think the entire skill set of being a good four in this type of situation is is to conceptualize the lanes at the very start, because like if you had like CM Jug safe lane, it's like, yeah, you could definitely look to smoke around top with a blood grenade and pounce them, and like that would probably be a kill. But now we're kind of just sitting here, I'd say almost baiting a fight in a lane that, like, if I'm Spectre, I'm like, why? That's like what I'm thinking. I'm like, why is this happening? This lane already sucks enough. I have a Lycan 5. So oddly enough, you said you wanted to force Pudge away from bottom. I would be forcing him to be bottom. That's what I would be doing. Because if the lane's up here and you're like back here threatening the Razor's gonna go wah, and then Pudge is gonna sit here with him. You know what I mean?
Like I had this realization the moment that I left bot, and then he kills my Dazzle mid. It's like the only lane that's going well. I bait this guy to TP away, and then he fucking kills my mid. It's like, well, that's not what I wanted to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, I think this is like Slark's entire impact on the game is like lane manipulation and you forcing rotations around you and basically giving as much information as possible without letting the opponent make their own plays. And so,
yeah,
allowing Pudge to be free from bottom lane as a 5, I'm pretty sure you would think that's like the ideal for Pudge as well. He doesn't want to just sit in lane killing nobody.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
So I don't mind what you're doing here. You're like what you're doing to Quap now is what I thought you should do to Razor like the entire first 5 minutes, where you get the lane back here and you just like posture, and then you could even posture over here if you want. But I think it's actually better if you like scout the Pudge, and if you get hooked, like I would hardly ever pounce aggressively bottom lane like you did. I would just because then when he hooked you, you like died or whatever it was. Yeah, for me, it's like if there's like a ranged offlaner and a Slark standing here as a carry, I'm like, well, I can't walk up. Like that sucks. Like maybe I'll defensive aggro because you're not that scary, but you're also scary enough where I'm not just gonna like sit here farming. So yeah, I think it's really interesting because like I think you already know sending me this game that you like kind of botched the early game, but I think you're using tools that don't apply to Slark, basically. You're using, like, macro tools, things that are generally pretty good, and they don't apply to Slark. That's, like, my analysis here so far. I don't know how much is this, like, meaningful takeaways for you thus far. It's
meaningful. It's meaningful. I think one thing that is, mechanics related is like I do a lot of posturing on Spirit Breaker, for example. Like I just stand there, like literally my last game I just stood there and there's a Jakiro, he would slowly run at me and then I would run away and then I would run towards him and then he would slowly run at me, and I was literally saying on stream like, you fucking useless moron, you're standing there full mana as like the strongest laner in Dota doing nothing.
Yeah.
And when I'm Spirit Breaker, that makes sense to me because like I know that I can't do anything. I know I can't walk up and hit him. Like, I know that that's an effective use of my time and not of his. But I think on Slark, what gets me is, like, I have this innate passive, and I know that my trading is, like, supposed to be really good. So a lot of the time, I'll run in and, like, try to trade with somebody that, like, I can't trade with. Like, when I went on the Razor bot, instead of drawing, like, the creep aggro back, like, I would never do that on SB because... I understand that that's not a good trade, but on Slark, it's like I'm overcomplicating it.
Yeah, I was about to say, I actually think you're just like mind gaming yourself out of making the correct play. I think that's absolutely what you're doing. Like, obviously, I've played on teams with you for years. I know you know this stuff, and I knew a lot of today's like when I talk to you, it's not going to be me like teaching you new things. It's going to be me telling you what I'd be thinking here and you being able to be like, yeah, I already know that. So for me, it's like, my goal is like, how can we get you playing more in line with general knowledge that you have? Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't mean to turn a coaching session of me into a coaching session of you, but I have there was a video that I wanted to make called, I told you the concept of like signal versus noise, right?
Refresh me just
like
in case.
So there's like this Steve Jobs thing where he used like the science term of like signal versus noise. Like you have a TV that's like fuzzy, and if you can like see the faces on it of like a news broadcast, but it's like very fuzzy, you'd say that's like, I don't know, 50% signal, 50% noise. Like the noise is that
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
blurry stuff. If you can fully see the faces, that's like 100% noise. Or sorry, 100% signal
Yeah.
and no noise. If it's like perfect HD. Um, so this concept, Steve Jobs would let 80% of his day be signal and 20% of his day be noise. So, and what he considered signal was stuff that can be done in the next 24 hours. That's signal. So he would be really mean about it. If you walked into his office and said like, "Hey, I want to talk about this thing that's like 2 to 3 months down the line," and he's already used his allocated like noise listening time, he'd be like, "Get the fuck out of my office. That's noise."
Yeah.
So my point is, I watched a Dubu video, and in the Dubu video, he told me how to play silencer, and he told me to stand on the right side of the lane if the enemy supports on the left, and stand on the left side of the lane if the enemy supports on the right. So that way I can hit the double arcane curses. And so uh, this is something obviously I already know. I've played 20,000 games of Dota, but it's like in my eyes, Dubu, a very good support, is telling me that this is signal for him. This is important. And it's like I literally have like a 76% win rate with silencer now, because what that video did for me is it cleared up all the noise that was in my head about how to play position 5, how to play silencer. It's like all of these concepts that just don't apply, I wiped them out because I knew what was important from his eyes, from a very good 5 positions eyes. So I had some signal essentially to follow. So what you're telling me is signal. It's like you're telling me things that yes, I already know, but also there's a lot of other things that I'm thinking about that's just unnecessary. It's things that don't need to be thought about. So
That makes
that's why
sense.
I'm saying it's really helping me, because you're showing me what are the important things which I already know that I should focus on. And I think this is a big problem for a lot of Dota players, by the way. It's not just a me thing because I'm high MMR or whatever.
No, I think this is
It's like a
actually
lot of
just
people have
you.
played
I
this
think
game for
everybody else has
15
figured
years.
this out.
Yeah, I think so, dude. I think I'm the Steve Jobs of Dota. No, I think Dota being like a 15-year-old game or whatever, there's a lot of people that have heard all of these concepts a million times before. It's just that there's a lot of noise in their heads, and a lot of the time it just takes like clearing up some of the noise to make somebody better. So yes, what you're saying is very impactful.
No, I mean, in all seriousness, you obviously know I enjoy your philosophical, I don't know, ramblings or explanations, whatever you want to call them. I enjoy them. Yeah, and that gave me a good picture into how you think about this. Complete derail of the coaching session for a second here. I
Mhm.
have always had this gut feeling when people ask me where do you want to be in 5 to 10 years, and I just always thought that was just the most load of bullshit question like ever, because I think you can so very little plan for what you want to do. You can have like an idea of the direction you're going, but you like
Uh-huh.
if I feel like anytime like I resonate. I've never thought about this critically, but I resonate with Steve Jobs saying 80% of his stuff he does today is thinking purely about what he can do today.
Mhm.
Because for me, I always feel like people think about the bigger picture way too much, actually. They remove
I agree.
like the individual context of the situation they're in, like far too much. Like a lot of my coaching
Yeah.
sessions in Dota, I'll ask somebody why they're doing something in the game they're playing, and they'll tell me like, because last time I played Jug against Anti-Mage, we lost late game because he outscaled me. And it's like 25 minutes into a game with like 8 different heroes and he's Jug against Anti-Mage. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, but
Yeah, it's noise.
yeah, it's just noise. You're telling me about a previous game that has like virtually no relevance to like, yes, Anti-Mage is in this game, but like there's like virtually no relevance from that point that you're making to the current context.
Mhm.
And so I think that's kind of like a version of, like a matchup version of what you're talking about. Um, so it's funny that you perceive like there's a lot of different ways to utilize mechanics in the lane. And once you got pointed to by Dubu of like, this is the best mechanic to use on Silencer, you're just like, oh, that's so easy. I already know how to do that. I just have to choose to do that one. And yeah, so I'm effectively, I hope, giving you the same feeling on Slark is like I do view him as a lane manipulation hero. That's like what he does. Like as a carry. I can't fucking stand when I see my 5 chasing this guy around, and then the creep wave's like fucking back here or like over here, and I'm like,
yeah.
what is this lane doing? I hate that. So that's what I hate about Slark, and most people don't do it very well. And I also think that's why people like tentatively like grief with Slark when they're trying to like copy 9 class, because they're trying to play him like a lot of these other 4s, and he's somehow so useful but also useless at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think you definitely know.
Yeah,
You at least know the useless part.
He is, of course, yeah. We can see it here actually if you press on play.
Okay, yeah.
Press play.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. It's like he does a very specific niche set of things extremely well, but because of that, he's entirely lacking in like a lot of very normal things.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously it's funny because Slark's like primarily played as support now, but it was funny because I picked him up almost instantly because obviously I have 800 games or whatever of Slark carry, and a lot of the macro sense, like past the laning stage of the game, applies the same to Slark support as it does carry. You just get to ignore farming unless there's nothing else to do. So for me, Slark, what he benefits from in the macro sense of the game is you should always have favorable vision, information, and numbers in like every scenario, because that's just what Slark does, right? So the last thing I ever want to do on Slark is show up to a lane like this, get a kill, and then just stay here. Like, I want to go somewhere else. I want to go through the gate to go bottom. I want to walk back to mid to pick up XP. I want to go pull the small camp and drag it back. Like, the last thing I'm going to do is fight in the exact same spot that I was last seen.
Because they're all going to be there, and you're just taking a normal fight at that point.
Yes, and then what's the point of being
there's no
Slark
like
with
element
your
of there's no element of surprise, and the hero has like the advantage of surprise.
Yeah, the beauty of this hero is when people see that you left. You know when...
Yeah.
And like, obviously, I love to... You know, it's funny, I learned this from... I don't remember who it was from a while back, but I used the word frolic. Like, you like to just go around the map, doing your shit. And it's just, like, it was actually from, like, playing Bane, because it's similar, like, you know, advanced night vision. Not as much as Slark, but for Slark, I love... My goal, if I can, is for my heat map to cover every single possible ward spot in the first nighttime. Like,
yeah.
In theory,
especially if it's in their jungle.
Yeah, of
that
course.
Shit feels so fun.
Yeah, it's so nice. So the whole thing I have here is like, if you were to eliminate this whole idea of fighting in the exact same pot you last showed, I think you'll remove a lot of bad outcomes that you experience in your games as well. Yeah, because now we're dragged into a fight we don't want to be in. Now we're like sitting with our team top. Now we kind of get trapped here. You're kind of caging yourself, I think. That was a nice courier snipe. Okay, so you're going back to mid.
Yeah, now I'm frolicking.
Yeah, this is good frolicking here. Very good. Yeah, this is really good what you're doing. You're like protecting him from Lion. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he got me here.
I mean, what you just did there is like exactly your role in the game, I would say. So...
Yeah. By the way, I want to say I often find myself in this situation where I fucked up a few big things early game, and I'm like not 6. Like there are the games where the like laning goes better. Like I'm 6 at this point. Actually, this is not so bad. But there are some games I'm legit like level 3 right now on Slark, and it's so much harder to frolic when everyone else is level 6 and you're level 3.
I mean, I think you'll have insanely higher results or better results if you clean up the first, like the way, like the signal we gave you for the lane. I think if you clean that up, and I think your default should be, can I manipulate this lane in equilibrium? And if the answer to that question is no, then you can leave like you did. And also, I also think, like, with Slark, if the lane's back here, I want to leave anyways, because I can be anywhere, and they don't know where I am. So that, like, I technically make the carry play a bit more defensive if I'm missing. I make the mid laner have to, like, go for runes earlier. Like, that's the beauty, is I know they know that I left. You know? And also, I get a D ward when I find that out. But by them not knowing you're there or not there, it actually, like, there's a lot of bluffing or, like, abuse of information on this hero is what I've learned. Oof.
Oh yeah, they got me. They got me there.
Yeah, nowadays.
Dude, every time I time I die on this hero, I think like, what the fuck? How do I have so low HP?
Yeah, horrible stat gains.
From full.
The the thing for me is that one of the most important distinctions to make on Slark is what happens when I come out of Pact. Do I have the luxury to pounce away? Or do I need to instantly ult? Or will I survive bursts that they have? And so I would know against Lion Quap, and this is just because I've played a shit ton of Slark. I would know that my stat gains are ass, and I would die to these two heroes. So it's just one of those things where if I, I'll never really go on a Lion type hero, Shaman Lion with pacting, and then not ulting. So that's just something that we want to avoid because that little window is how you always die.
It's such a low cooldown.
Yeah, it's 50 seconds. It's like so nice. And if you like tank the Lion Quap going on you and you like live, that's like such good use of a support hero.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's so good.
What do you think about the null?
Personally, I would rather just go Yules and have the
mana,
whatever that thing is, the Void Stone. Yeah. Personally, I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
I think this hero utilizes its first item like insanely well. That's why I wouldn't usually go this.
Yeah, Yules is really nice. I see 9 class goes Glimmer or Yules almost every game. It's another one of those situations. He fucking got me, dude.
I just think you are so stingy with this, oddly enough. Like,
yeah,
I think you would benefit from just pressing this, like, and being I'd rather you play your Slark games and having regret pressing this, and then play a bit safer on the map during that time. Because you're playing like you have your ultimate, which is correct, and then you don't utilize it, so you die. And obviously, if they kill you through your ultimate, then that's like another story. That like then you have to learn the limits of the hero better. But I think
this is where I go. This is where I go. What the fuck? This is bullshit. This fucking hero sucks. That's usually what I do.
That's that sounds familiar. I feel like I've heard this on Arkosh before.
And then I pick it. And then I pick it the next game anyway.
I feel like I'm getting some flashbacks to my Arkosh days here.
I'm getting flashbacks.
Very good. Is that a Pudge reference or?
No, it's a penis.
Oh, okay.
Sex.
Okay, penis. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
There was a Pudge in this game, and you're a Pudge player, so I wasn't sure. Oh my god, he pressed ulti. Look.
Yeah, because I died.
I mean, but that's the thing, is you just got 2 people killed because they chased you. That's like exactly Slark's purpose in the game.
Yeah.
That was actually really good.
Yep. Yeah, those are the moments that you live for, right?
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna find a ward, which is fantastic. Okay. When you kill couriers or wards, you always have to ask yourself, am I in enemy territory? Because if the answer is yes, you press Pact while you're doing it. And spend the time hitting it pacted. I've died probably 1,000 times playing Slark, trying to deward a ward in the enemy jungle or kill a courier and not pressing Pact. I've probably died 1,000 times doing that, so I'm gonna try to save you like 900 of those. What's up?
Look at this. This guy was a Giga Chad.
The Spectre?
My Spectre Lycan. Yeah, they're actually carrying.
That was pretty Giga Chad.
This is where I felt really, really bad. I was like, fuck, dude.
This is fantastic.
Like, my team is literally like doing everything I need them to do. I'm just running around feeding.
I mean, what you did there was fantastic.
Yeah, sometimes it goes well.
I mean, I think your #1 rule of thumb is I just want to see you never die having held spells. Like, this hero's like longest cooldown is 50 seconds. You died on this courier because you held Pact. You died like 3 times down here because you held ult. Just don't hold spells on this hero. They're also low cooldown. That's like a huge lesson that you learn just spamming Slark carry, because every time you die, maybe not every time, maybe 85% of the time you die, you saved a spell. And you're just like, God, I should have pounced away. God, I should have pacted preemptively. God, I should have ulted. It's like, and It just take it from somebody who knows, like, you know, you walk up this wave, you walk up. So what happened here, right? You pack. Okay, this guy caught you off guard. That's fine. That one's more reasonable, like more understandable, I'd say, than the other one.
He was right up my ass the whole time. I smoked back. Fucking Dior.
I don't know about that. That was pretty bad. I think you're actually kind of griefing with that solo smoke, to be honest.
Yeah.
If I'm being blunt, like that's like just unnecessary use of a smoke. I personally think past the laning stage, your play is fine. I actually think you're giving yourself the noise of telling you you're fucking feeding and ruining the game for your team. And if you just were a bit easier on yourself, then this game would be better. Because I actually don't think what you're doing past, like, you've... That death here is, like I said, I might even die there. I mean, the lesson there is maybe I don't walk up the hill to D-ward if I don't have anyone nearby on my team. But my point is that out of all the things I've heard from you in the last 5 minutes of this gameplay, it's just the fact that you're beating yourself up for having such a shit start. I think that's actually, like, a huge problem. Like, the rest of it's... And I don't want to beat you up for beating yourself up.
You beat me off?
I'll beat you off for beating yourself up. Maybe that'll make you feel better.
Okay. That'll help me out. That'll help.
That would be very good. I just know you and I are the same in the sense we tend to be way too hard on ourselves, so...
Yeah.
One of the most transformative things I've done in the last... maybe month or two, and it's actually very difficult on stream, so maybe I wouldn't have been able to accomplish it as well when I'm, you know, because I told you I decided to stop streaming pubs, is to literally just tell myself, man, it's okay, you messed up. Like, it's actually like, yep, I died there. Go now, like, next play. What's next? Like, I asked myself, like, a reset question.
How many times have I told you to read Nietzsche?
You have. I tried one of his books, the Genealogy of Morals.
Genealogy of Morals. Yeah, that's the one.
I read about half of it, or like I listened to about half of it, and it's really hard to keep up with. I really liked the content though.
It's dense. It's dense, but it's the idea of like where in the language does like that natural guilt come from that you have. And it's very, very common in like Western places, like in North America. Like I've noticed that for Karina, she has it too, because Russia is like Orthodox Catholic or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's like a lot of the language and the like concepts of guilt are coming from the same place, which is, you know, religion. So it's very interesting though. Like I think there's a reason a lot of people have this like this guilt, and I've tried to eliminate it from like other parts of my life, and I've done a pretty decent job. But for some things, it just like you have to go thing by thing and eliminate it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I also think it's incredibly difficult, even more so for us in Dota, because so like the secret sauce, you know, it's easy for us, not easy, but it's easier for us in our relationships because we have a partner who talks to us much nicer and calls us. I know Karina calls you out for talking to yourself like that, right? Kasha does the same to me. So in our partnerships, we have people who are telling us, don't talk to yourself like that. Like you're better, like not you're better than that in terms of like you should do better, but it's like, you don't deserve that. Like, that's not fair to you. But, like, what do we get when we play Dota?
This is why I play with everything muted, dude.
Right?
The only person beating me up is myself now.
It's the same thing, right? It's like, how are you supposed to learn to not shit on yourself for messing up when the entire gamer community culture of Dota is, how often will somebody say nothing for the entire game, and the second you miss a spell, you hear everything that's wrong with you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and that's something I've been really striving to talk about, because I think it's just such a self-fulfilling prophecy of the Dota community that there's so many people that are afraid of messing up, and they go in these like shame cycles like you're going through, because, like myself included, because people are just so ridiculously shameful about the way they handle you making a mistake. Like my gut is like, can you just shut the fuck up and let me be human? Like that's what I say to myself. Like I say out loud sometimes, and I was actually losing my mind on stream because I realized it's really hard for me to move past this when that's the reinforcement I'm getting, and that's also the reinforcement I get from chat. I think the most brutal message to see in chat is when one of my teammates move command follows me and they say, well, to be fair, you fed in lane. And I'm just like, if I could, you know, with no punishment, punch that guy in the fucking face.
That's the guilt.
I would do that.
It's
right?
somebody.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would a lot of the time punch if I had to punch myself and punch the person.
Yeah.
I would take 100 punches just to punch somebody once. That's how vengeful I am.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, you're right. It's like we have a culture of guilting other people, guilting ourselves. Chat does it, like everyone does it. It's like the moment you miss a single spell, the fucking game is over. Like, dude, the amount of times that if I'm in a really good mood that I've caught people off guard by they ping my spell, like they do something that's so fucking like just mean. Just fucking mean. I've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking mean. And then I go, fuck, dude, I'm really sorry I disappointed you. Like, my bad. Like, I'll try to do better. And then they're confused. They're like confused at how to react to that, because usually it's like, oh, fuck you, cunt. Like, that's the moment that the feud starts and the fucking war begins, and it doesn't go back to before that moment, you know? So it's like, if you just go like, fuck, dude, like, sorry, been having a really bad day. Like, my bad. I'll try to do better. The people are like, what? Wait, what? It's so fucking hard to do that, though, dude. It's so hard.
Very hard.
Because you have to stomach like being a cuck little bitch, essentially. At least how I feel is like I'm basically like choosing to be a cuck to psychologically manipulate this guy that this isn't the straw that broke the camel's back, you know? Because it really does feel like one single mistake, and it's like, okay, now you hate me, and I'm supposed to also hate you. But what if I don't want to hate you? What if I don't want to hate you, and I don't want to hate myself either? Like, is that okay? Can I do that? You know?
The whole concept.
This is why I play everything with.
Go ahead.
You go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say the whole concept of you considering yourself a cuck for like letting him win is like an entirely different topic that I literally had a meeting with Dr. K about yesterday. Because I literally said to him, I did the Curie experiment that I told you about, right? And so you know, for people who don't know, I was testing, like, I wasn't getting to play my role very often, and it's very common for people to like dual pick carry. So I was testing like what happens if I go into a game offering an olive branch to say, hey man, do you mind roll? Like, I would greatly appreciate if you roll for carry with me, and like the winner gets to play carry and the other one like goes and does something else. And then I said, how do you talk to people? Like, what do you say to somebody who literally, I use that exact argument because I have a similar line of thinking. I say, how do you talk to somebody that says, well, what happens when people like abuse the system and take advantage of me? And then I didn't even use the word cuck. He was the one that said, like, yeah, people will label themselves as cucks for like letting this guy have his way. And the point he made to me was, in reality, you know, if I don't offer that guy to roll and he, like, what would happen? Like, if I offer him to roll and he dual picks carry and like flames me, what would happen if I didn't offer him a roll? He's going to like first pick carry anyways. Like, no matter what I do, this guy's going to first pick carry. There's nothing I can do about it. And I asked him, what's the antidote for this? I'm actually curious because I wouldn't have guessed it. What do you think his answer for the antidote for that was?
Forgiveness.
That's pretty much it. He said compassion. He said, I want you to think about how... God?
I have an off-stream thing where I apply this.
Absolutely.
I think there are times, I think there are just times in your life that you have to, even if it's, you have to force yourself to be compassionate about somebody who you genuinely feel like doesn't deserve the compassion, and maybe they don't even. It's like you just gaslight yourself into being compassionate so that way you can like move on from something, you know?
Yeah. I guess for me it's I mean, this is an incredibly deep topic. I think we could, I mean, I know you and we would go on our walks in Sweden for like 3 hours and discuss this shit. I know a lot of people watching are looking for a Dota coaching session, but I just want to say if it's not already clear, I love talking about this shit with you. And it's been a while since we had our philosophical talk, so I think I'm getting the impression we're overdue. Just to like wrap that up, I mean, the whole thing we just said started with this idea of how hard you are on yourself, that you messed up, and I just want to say I'm watching this last like 10-15 minutes, and I think you did a lot of stuff right. So, I think the problem is that you're like, go ahead.
I thought this whole conversation was about how I have a hard on. I didn't realize it was about how I'm hard on myself.
Oh, I mean, you do like, yeah. I mean, I didn't know you had a hard on right now.
Oh yeah, as we're talking, you're getting me. You're really doing it for me. I love this shit, dude.
Okay, let me know when it's over so I know like what I did wrong. That'd be great.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
Do you rush shard on this guy, by the way, if you don't have another item?
I would ask myself how likely it is that my team needs a save. Someone to stand behind rather than someone. So like for me, shard means I'm going to stand behind a guy to save him. And if I go items for myself, that means I'm going to stand like in front of the guy and scout for him. And if you don't have an item yet, you're now forced to make the choice. Like in an ideal world, you have like a Yules or a Glimmer and you can do both. But like against like Pudge Lion, I think with your heroes, I would rather be giving information than sitting behind people.
Okay.
Because you have Spectre, you have Lycan, you have even Dazzle. Like he would just rather see people than get saved.
He's the one sitting behind, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess it's just what role do you play on the team. I think it can be either. And in this game, I would have probably gone probably the Glimmer Cape. I think that Null is fine if you're gonna go Glimmer. That to me makes sense. I also think Slark's like early game items, not in this game particularly, but like if you're winning really hard, I think his items can be like Drum Solar as well. Where you think it's your job to like, you can't really die if you stand in front, and you just want to buff up your team when they do get the vision, I think that is one way to play Slark that's underrated as well. It wouldn't apply when you're losing though. But now you guys are winning. So for me, I would be making sure I'm in front of Dazzle on the map, which is what you're doing. I see the mid now. Okay, so so right this moment, I would TP mid and go here. Because I see that I saw 3 heroes, I think, right here. Where did I see them? So like I said, I'm standing in front of Dazzle. Like that's my entire idea right here. So I see 3 heroes mid, and then they go off map. So like right now, if you want to do something up here real quick, that's fine. But I would TP here and stand in front of Dazzle. I think their only play is Dazzle. They might go on your Spectre here too, but I would prioritize Dazzle because I saw the mid. So yeah, you TP late. I think you might not have saved him anyway because they have so much burst, but you would need to be there ahead of time to save people, I think, in this game. And that's partially why Shard kind of sucks, because they have like so much burst that if you're literally not there yet, the second they go, then
yeah, I felt that big time in this game.
Also, I think Shard depends on your ability to survive with Pact and not ulting. So what I mean is, like, if you break a smoke, can you just press Pact and buy an extra 2 seconds? Because when you can't do that is when they have unpurgeable shit, Doom or Disruptor ulti or, whatever, Axe Call. So like, in that case, what happens is if you break a smoke and you can't survive with Pact, you have to insta ult, and then you'll have Shard for yourself potentially, and maybe for somebody else. So I think Shard also kind of depends on how powerful your Pact is for standing in front, if that makes sense.
I picked Dazzle because he has a Russian name. That's why.
Nice. Good. Do you understand what it means?
Til yeah. I don't know the second word. It's you something.
Nice. Very good.
What's the last word?
I mean,
It's pod moi my smech smech smech. I
do you
don't
know
know
what
what
any
that.
of
I
that
should know
means
what
or
that one
nah?
is. Moya. That's you something something my.
You tilt under my
You
laugh.
tilt as I.
Yeah,
You
is what
tilt
some.
as I laugh.
Yeah,
Smech.
nice.
That's laugh.
That's a good name. What happened here? How did Slark go? I got hooked. Yeah, you tried. Yeah, sometimes you gotta like fucking pounce your way in there to shard save somebody. That really sucked. Wait, why are we here? I need to rewind. What happened here? I feel like the amount of
We took
times you
Roche.
seize on Slark, like siege, is like virtually zero. So we try to get a kill on Marcy is what happens, and we're chasing. Okay, so this wasn't a siege. This was a oversave. Okay. Okay. Unfortunate.
I wish you guys.
So interesting. I feel like my entire role on Slark is to monitor where the opponent is and shield the guys that I want to shield from ganks. So like in this case, I would see that Weaver's like good now because they TP'd out, and I would like instantly run back mid. Like I'd be doing like a survey.
I'm definitely not shielding. That's not even in my bucket list. Like, I'm just trying to be a annoying cunt. So I should probably just do that in front of my squishy guys.
I think being an annoying cunt is when the opponent's like, let's go on Lycan, and then they like run into a Slark. Like that's what I think is by far the most annoying thing about this hero.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's gank that guy, and then they run into a support they can't kill. Like that's just super fucking annoying. So I think you're not min-maxing your annoyance levels here. So for me as Slark, it's like I'm gonna do like get down Mr. President at all times, and it's just I just have to establish who's Mr. President in this case, and it's just based on map positioning, based on heroes and stuff. So like in that case, it was Lycan, and it it ends up working fine. But like that's just my entire approach to the entire game, pretty much. And the only time I'm really allowed to farm is when there's nobody that fits that description. Like I don't really think the opponent has plays they can make right now, and so I'll just not worry about it. Yeah, what you did here is exactly what. Yeah, like this is peak Slark gameplay right here. That's peak Slark gameplay.
Yeah, that's why I sent you this one, because there was some really good stuff and there's some really dog shit stuff.
Yeah, no, I think you're. I think you are 3 or 4
game.
small tweaks away from actually winning with this hero.
It's kind of how it feels when I play it. It's like some of the plays have. It's like so much good shit happens that it's like I ride that fucking high.
Yeah, man. I'm sure you love dewarding people like this as well.
Oh yeah, it feels so good.
Yeah, you even consider Solar Crest here. That's interesting. I do think at this point I would go Force Staff. That's the item I would go. I would have hopefully had a Yule's if my game was a bit better, but then I would go Force Staff. It's so good against Marcy, Razor, Pudge, even Lion.
Yeah,
like it's good against all of them.
That's a really great idea.
Yeah. Just creating a little bit of distance for your team would be really powerful here. Oh, is it happening?
Yeah, look at this.
Oh man, you held the shard. Oh, GG.
Yeah.
Every time you die, I'll be able to tell you you held a spell. And your goal, I think, on Slark should die... Like, your cumulative deaths, or, like, your cumulative number of spells held when dying is, like, less than 3. Like, I think that's a successful game. Like, I actually think your play there was really good if you just used your shard. I think that would have been a sick play. Because, like, the perfect here, I mean, I'm sure you have a good degree of understanding about this, but, like, you know, maybe you're just not capitalizing on it. So here, you go here, you ulti, and then your pack is going to be up again.
Pause for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping for Spectre. I think I clicked to him.
Yeah.
But he does not have Shadow Step.
Yeah.
So I did this without clicking first to see if he had Shadow Step.
I see. Because, like, in this case,
And then I clicked him in the middle, and I was committed. I was like, fuck it, I'm in.
I see. Yeah, it's really interesting because the sequence of events is usually Dark Pact into ult, into Dark Pact during the ulti because it comes off cooldown again during this time. Where it's 2.5 seconds for this Dark Pact, and then it's 3.5 seconds until you have Dark Pact again. So it's like 2.5 seconds, and then you ult for 4.25 seconds, and then you Dark Pact at the end of your ult, and then you Death Shroud at the end of this Dark Pact. And I think if you were to, like, kind of get the hang of just doing that every time, that you make these really aggressive plays. I mean, the exception is when you can hold your pounce. You know, if you have your pounce out, that works too. Okay, so you actually end up winning this game. I didn't notice in the pregame.
No.
Oh my
No.
god. Oh god. Oh no.
Oh, just wait, dude. You're gonna love this.
Is this a surprise Herald review or what?
I learned a thing or two.
Okay, so your team gets overconfident and pushes 4v5 with no dazzle ulti. Or no, he has it, he's using it. This guy has no ulti and you push 4v5. Okay. I see. And then you try to save them with shard and they get like flop ulti out of it. I mean, there's nothing you could have done to prevent what just happened here. I think your team just kind of made that decision. If you survive, I'm not overly concerned with, meaning like nothing for you to do here. Okay, yeah, you missed the wave. That sucks. Not the end of the world, though. Nice, better. You're gonna go piss. Okay. So now we're resuming Operation Shield. I think you should be in this the entire game pretty much. So like I'd be near Lycan right now.
So I probably should not have purchased a gem, right?
I think it's fine to purchase gem because you're actually unkillable. I think if you catch spells.
Okay.
Every time you've died, you've held a spell. You should definitely never be hitting Roche.
look at my neutral item. Look at my neutral item, dude. I'm hitting Roche. Look at that. Fucking Dormant Curio. Minus 30. I'm hitting it with 70 damage a hit.
In all honesty, what the fuck are you doing?
Dude, I don't know. This was like fucking brain lag at this point.
I feel like I'm detecting like ultra tilt from you and you're up like 15k.
I don't think I was tilted. I think I'm just fucking stupid.
Ah.
I don't remember being tilted at this point.
Because you said you were tilted a bit
like,
earlier. At your, like,
earlier,
lever.
yeah. Or I got over it though. It's like
okay.
It's much easier for me to get over it now that I have the chat muted. Like I'm not seeing any of this.
The guy
shit,
get really
so
mad
I definitely
at you
wasn't
shit,
tilted. Yeah, but like I mean, this is probably where there is the element of like, I mean, I was streaming during this game. I think brain's going a million miles a minute. Like, I don't know. I feel like if I was, this is like a lack of focus thing. Because I said afterwards, I was like, this is so fucking stupid. What am I doing hitting Roche? Also, it's like, I guess disrespecting the opponents that like, no fucking way they're gonna come smoke and contest this, right? Like, we're up 15k. It's like cocky. That's what it is, you know? But it's like, obviously, what's the fucking point in me sitting there and like hitting Roche? Or maybe there is a level of tilt from like the last fight that we lost, where it's like, why are they, you know, going 4 versus 5? I don't remember exactly. I mean, I was streaming, so I could check, but I don't remember honestly tilting that much. Just this is like a severe lack of focus, or maybe already counting the game as like, oh, we already won. So
it's really funny. I had a class on Monday. It was on stream too, and I had 2 people say, yeah, so we killed the Tidehunter at the start of the fight. We're up 15k, and we just said run at them. They're weak. And that was like the entirety of their thought. And then they don't go on AA Snapfire, the enemy supports, and they try to go on Void. And even though the Chrono doesn't really do anything, the Snapfire ends up getting like a triple kill and the AA kills another guy. And I just think it's so interesting that if I ask the question, how often does it serve you positively to think the game is over?
Oh, zero.
It's just 0%.
Literally never. Literally never.
99% of people, I feel like if I asked them that question, would answer the same, and yet people do it. So I just think it's really fascinating because, yeah, my best advice for anyone listening, and like it's easier said than done, but it just requires like self-awareness and accountability, is every single time you think the game's over or you're thinking about the result of the game before the game has ended, it's only going to hurt you. It's never going to help. Like, oh, we've lost this game. Ah, we've won this game for sure. Like, at no point does that help you. So that's just my thought for this, is that I've literally heard this in like 3 or 4 of my classes. I heard it like yesterday.
This is the game. We lost. We lost after this. So
yeah. I mean, they were up by 15K taking a 5v4 and they got wiped, you know, in that game that I'm talking about. Go ahead.
I think a big reason a lot of like Dota professional players can appear to be like so boring is because they're actually very good at like objectively just doing the right thing always, no matter what emotional state they're in, no matter what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, some of these moments that happen, I think like, dude, I wish I was just on fucking Adderall or some drug that like let me just like, okay, refocus. What's the right thing to do? Obviously, standing out of the pit, me hitting Roche for like 200 extra damage when Lycan is going to do like 14,000 of his health. The math is fucking obvious, you know? Like,
yeah.
Why do that? But I think also there's an element of like when I'm streaming, this is the time that like I would start talking to chat and like reading chat and stuff like that. Not that it's like a great excuse if my goal is to rank up, which it does fucking like irritate me that I'm hard stuck at 9.7. So that is my goal. So I think when this happens, like this happens once, and then sometimes I'll go on like a winning streak after it because I'll realize like, okay, I need to just focus for the next like 10 games, you know? Like I need to not because it's like your mind has that trauma of like, okay, I was in a game exactly like this and I fucking lost. I need to focus right now, you know?
Absolutely.
But it's like I always need these fucking reminders, dude. I always need these reminder games. They're always so funny when it happens.
What I've learned, by the way, just food for thought, is that I think the most powerful antidote to this is to know that you have 2 reasons you like to play Dota. One, you want to climb, and one of them is you're a streamer. And you can do both, but I think you need to be in, like, my solution is to be much more intentional about what you're planning to do in the game that you're currently playing. So like knowing like the current stream I'm in, the current game I'm playing, like today I'm in tryhard mode. Today I'm gonna shoot the shit with chat. Like regardless of the game state, this is what I'm gonna do. I think making
it's like Kazu was saying, doing like making every decision with a purpose.
Yes, being very intentional about your
outside of Dota.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what is really interesting when I've been like learning all about like psychology and how people work and talking to people like Dr. K and even just talking to people like you where we philosophize and shit, is in my experience, the majority of us are not aware of the majority of the things we're doing and why. Like we're not aware of like why we're doing what we're doing. We're not aware of the intent. You know, the most common question I find myself having to ask people is, what was the intention behind what you said, or what was the intention behind what you were doing there? And the majority of the time when they said or did something that I didn't like, I'll ask them their intention and then they'll tell me and I'll say, do you believe what you said is the best way to accomplish that? And they'll usually go, no. Like, you know, I had a guy in my server that like berated somebody else for disrespecting him. And I asked him, why did you berate that guy? And he said, because I'm trying to settle the waters here. Like I'm trying to like, you know, let bygones be bygones and like move on. And I'm like, do you think berating that guy is going to help the two of you like move on from the argument you had? Like and he's like, no, I can see what you're saying. And I was just like, That happens to so many of us. We all have blind spots. We all have times where we're not really intentional about what we're doing, and then that's the times that feel the worst, because usually we have two things that we like to do that conflict in some way, and we blur them together, and then we feel really bad when we do one when we didn't like choose to do it because we just kind of subconsciously did it. And then, like in this case, you're like, I want to grind, but then you lose a game because you're talking to your Twitch chat. Like, it feels awful. Like,
yeah.
I
This one sets you up for a day of fucking tilt, dude.
Yeah,
What's something like
it
this?
feels fucking
This
awful.
starts the spiral.
Yeah, and part of my community, what I've been doing lately is I just had this realization literally the last week or so, is that whatever activities I'm doing with my viewers, whatever events we're holding, it's going to be incredibly transparent and as clear as possible of what the goal of this activity is. Is it for people to have fun together? Is it for people to casually chat and like discuss the game? Is it for people to learn and improve and like try to get better at the game? Because there was a lot of muddying of waters there. And the lesson I learned is that people play Dota for very different reasons. And I think also the same person, in your case, can play Dota at different times for different reasons. And I noticed that if there's days where I would consciously choose to stream and sacrifice my MMR, knowing that it's making me a better streamer, and it wouldn't feel all that bad, to be honest.
Yeah, because it doesn't. There's no like loss of control.
Yeah,
it feels like you're. I mean, I and this is terrible, but I literally do this where I like say fuck it. I'm just gonna I'm gonna lose anyway, so I'm just gonna pick like goofy heroes and have fun. And then
you play the king
then
heroes.
and then I'm like regaining that sense of control, and then ironically, a lot of the time, that's when I start winning because I'm not tilted. Because if we're losing in the game, then I'm like, well, fuck it. My goal isn't to win. My goal is to pick some fun shit. I don't tilt. Then something like this happens to my team instead of the enemy team, and then we win. And then it's like, oh well, I actually ended like 5-3 this day, even though I was picking fucking Skeleton King jungle.
I mean, I feel like the worst feeling is when, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, I totally get what you're saying. I mean, it's the same idea. I think when you go into the game planning to win, it makes you more likely to lose. I also think that the second that we are all enjoying ourselves, no matter what it is, Dota or anything creative, anything competitive, I think the second we're enjoying ourselves, we're gonna be infinitely more likely to win anyways. And something I've learned recently with my coaching that I've literally trying to apply now is I asked you, you were the first person I officially asked this to, but it's like, what do you enjoy about Dota? How can I help you have fun? Because I think if you're having fun, you're going to win more games. And so I know you're like an annoying shitter on the map. Like that's what you like to do. So I'm going to my goal overall today was how can we help you being an annoying shitter on the map? Because I think if you're zoned the fuck in being an annoying shitter, even if you as a guy are really goofy a lot of the time, like, you could be dialed in, fucking annoying the shit out of the opponent, and that's just like your flow state. You know what I mean? So that's just something I think it's really important.
By the way, that
yeah.
The idea that people who are enjoying themselves are like better at things is like factually true. It's called broaden and build. It's creativity like spikes when you're having fun, and this is like a measurable thing, and there seems to be like very little upper limit to this. That people will become more creative, and they'll be in more of like a learning state if they're having fun.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I mean, I actually didn't know about
and it
that
works
exact theory, but
in the opposite it works in the opposite direction too, where if you're like you can put somebody in a room and try to teach them something, and you can compliment them, and they'll do better at learning the thing. They'll be more creative. You can put them in a room and give them the exact same test and insult them, and they will do significantly worse, and they will be less creative. It's like this is a hard facts. So
yeah, human psychology. It's cool. Yeah, I mean, for you, it's interesting because these type of plays, we all make them, where we just like, fuck, I knew better. I mean, I made a play off stream yesterday or 2 days ago where I was Troll Warlord and I decided to contest Roche when I was 400 gold off Satanic. And Like if you look at my net worth here, or like my items, like I have these items and we end up taking a contesting Roche, and like this is at 29 minutes, and like look at the end of the game. Like 7 minutes later.
Oh my
Like
god.
9
That's
and 4 to
crazy.
9 and 8, never getting my satanic. And it's like, I knew better. I'm like, we should probably just give them Roche. But my team was calling for it, and I was like, yeah, we should fight them. Like, no way, because we had just won like 2 fights in a row or something. But deep down, I'm like, I'm going off of the high of winning 2 fights in a row, not off of what I think is logistically correct, you know, in the game of Dota 2. So, yeah, I mean, we all do it. Feels so fucking bad, too.
Yeah, these games are fucking devastating, dude. Oh my god.
Ultimate devastation.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
devastation of the highest degree. Yeah, that's what that's what it is.
Absolute devastation. Yeah. So I lost the fucking gem here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
This was
I don't think you pounced in enough to use your shard. I think this has happened 2 or 3 times now, where you see this happening, and I want you to like directional move, ult, pounce, and shard this guy. You can like, I actually recommend you practice that in a private lobby, like having like using the like demo mode thing and like practicing directional moving over cliffs to shard a guy up there. You know what I mean? Because it will make or break these scenarios. I think you save this guy if you jump over the hill and use your shard ult on him, ult yourself and shard on him. I think would have been, it could have potentially saved the game. That's one thing I found, by the way, is that I was losing a lot on Primal, and I realized because I was nervous to go late game, and then I just spammed combo refresher with, like, you know, the stop thing that your ult channels into your Q, and then, like, you rock the guy when he bounces back. So I, like, practiced that combo, like, 100 times, and I started instantly winning on Primal, and it wasn't only because I was better at mechanics, but because I was really comfortable having the game go 50, 60 minutes. You know what I mean? And so I wouldn't be nervous or like trying to end the game earlier because I knew if it goes 60, I'll win anyway. So that was.
Do you know the bug with Tumblr's toy?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna blow your fucking mind, dude. I'm gonna
with Primal Beast or in general?
Primal.
You want to show me it?
Yeah.
Is there anything else worth watching in this game, or can we call it good?
No. That's
devastation of the highest degree has happened. Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's look at. Are you streaming to me now?
Yeah. Give me a second. Whoops.
You can absolutely start questions with the word why. It just depends on the level of rapport you have with somebody. It does require a lot of rapport.
You see my screen?
Yeah. I'm gonna let me show.
Okay, this might take me a couple of tries though. Oops. Okay, let's see. I practiced this. All right, here's the tech. Tell me when.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, watch this. 1 sec. Let me remember how to do it. I think it's Alt, Shift Q. Yeah, 1 sec. I think I did it wrong.
Catch me if you can.
One more time. I'm not a Primal player, but Gunnar showed me this. Shift Q this, Shift Q that. Did they fix it, or am I doing it wrong? You can also do it with Force Staff. All right, one more try.
Do you have to trample, or is that nothing to do with it?
No. Did they fix it?
I don't know what's supposed to happen.
Oh no, there it is.
Oh shit! So you have the tumblers. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I did it in the wrong order. So you ult, you shift Q tumblers, you shift Q to Q, you shift Q S, and then you manually S toggle.
Wow. So you get to double charge somebody.
Yeah, you get to double charge somebody, and you can also do it with a Force Staff. If you ult, shift Q force on yourself. Well, he's dead,
I
but
see it. I see it. That's pretty sick, actually.
yeah, it's because while you're charging the onslaught, you do self-forced movement, and I think
There's something about
while
it that
onslaught is
registers it
going,
as an onslaught.
yeah, because any self-forced movement during an onslaught is considered onslaught, but you're still charging the onslaught. So you self-force move over this guy, stunning him, and then the onslaught continues charging. But the one thing that I realized is that you have to, for some reason, you have to shift Q the S command afterwards, and it doesn't actually S cancel the onslaught. So you have to manually S cancel. It's really weird.
So it bugs it out even more. You did that wrong.
Oh, you're right. I did do it wrong.
Yeah, I can see your shift Q thing. So. Oh, I see. So you have
Like,
to cancel.
dude,
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
That's fucking bullshit.
It's pretty OP, actually. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's like as if Tumblr's toy wasn't already good enough on this guy.
Dude, that's super OP. Okay.
Fuck me, dude. Anyway.
There we go.
Yeah, there's some really broken shit in this game, dude.
Yeah, thanks for showing me that.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck remembering how to do that in your games.
It's not. I mean, I'll practice it a few times. I mean, I've literally practiced that combo without the Tumblr's toy. Like, I said 100. I've probably practiced it 500 times. So I think I'll be able to incorporate that pretty
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. You're just Tumblr's toying.
Yeah, you're adding
first.
something. Yeah, you're adding something in the middle. No, that's cool, man. Thanks for showing me that.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I enjoyed myself today. It's always, I mean, you mentioned earlier, like, you don't want to, like, reverse the coaching session. I mean, for me, it's like, I think coaching sessions are always two-way streets, regardless of who I'm coaching. I'm always happy to learn something, and obviously we're friends, so we know a lot about what the other one does and doesn't know and would like to know. So, you know, I don't see any problem with you also teaching me during it. So thank you for that. Yeah, man.
No worries.
Are you playing a pub right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go play Slark.
Hell yeah. I mean, I'm gonna try to Q snipe you. I'm not gonna stream it, but I'm gonna try to Q snipe you. Wait for me.
Okay.
Here. But yeah, we'll wrap up the coaching session there.
Thank you. I learned a lot. I'm excited to go play Slark.
Yeah, just don't be on the other team now. It'd be really shitty if you beat me with stuff I taught you.
If you coached me to be a good Slark and I'm an annoying fuck. Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
3, 2, 1, cue it up.
1.
I'm gonna mute myself on Discord for a bit and say goodbye to people.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, guys, that was a coaching session with Jenkins. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a really nice time. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And
you get that?
I will be back online tomorrow with a coaching session, so I'll see you guys then. I believe we're in the same game, yeah. Bye, guys. Say goodbye to my viewers,
Fuck
Jenkins.
yeah, dude. Yeah, see you guys. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you. Love you.